some time because they're all written down already, and it'll save some time in the long run if we can just use the ones that are written down and go from there. We are changing from algebraic expressions and equations into the actual equation or expression itself by using the particular terms and what they mean. You will want to refer to the lecture from 3.5 and 3.6 and follow along with that first before you attempt to try to do the problems. Let's jump into the problems. This is the support section 3.6. The first one says change to an algebraic expression, a number. You can use any number that you want, but these are multiple choice. So you can see down your multiple choice list, they have used X for their number. Increased by, that increased by from our other list means to add 11. So this answer would be X plus 11, and that is answer D on your list. It corresponds to that multiple choice answer. The difference. Difference means to subtract. The difference between 9 times a number, that would be 9 times a number. In this case, they're using X for their number. And 2. 2 is the number that's on the end, and we want the difference between those. So it would be 9 times a number, that would be 9 times X or 9X. Difference means to subtract, and 2 goes on the end. The third one says the quotient of a number and 6. Remember that quotient means to divide, and when we're dividing, we write it as a fraction in this course. So in this case, it says a number. We're going to let X be our number, and 6. So we want to divide the number and 6, and it would look like that. And that corresponds to answer B. On number 2, that was actually answer B as well. Number 4 says 34 less than. Less than is one of those things that is a reversal. Less than is a reversal. And some number y, so y is going to come to this side, 34 is going to come to this side, so we're going to have y minus 34 for our answer, and that y minus 34 is answer D. Number 5, a number increased by 36, a number y. Increased by means plus 36. So our expression will be y plus 36, and that is answer D. The sum of a number in 20, sum means that you're going to add. A number in this case, they used y. So a sum of a number in 20 would be y plus 20, and that is answer D. 17 more than. More than is one of those reversals. So 17 is going to come here. Twice means 2 times, and their number, that their variable they're using for a number is X, so that's going to come on this side. So you're going to have a 2X, more than means to add, and 17 goes on this side. So your answer will be 2X plus 17, and that is answer C. Number 8, more than is also a reversal. So we will reverse these. The B would come over here. The 29 comes over here. More than's plus. So you have B plus 29. I don't think that one's multiple choice. You just had to write it in. Less than is also a reversal. So you're going to have a T minus, less than means minus 18. So T minus 18 is your answer for number 9. Let's go on to number 10. These will not take you long to do, so I hope that you'll jump in there and get these done. Number 10 is an increased by, and an increased by, we don't have to reverse increases by. So increase by means to add. So we would have 6 increased by y. So that's going to be 6 plus y. More than is a reversal. So it's on the list of reversals. More than does mean plus, but the b comes on this side. The m comes on this side. So your answer is going to be b plus m. Divided by, remember we're using divided by as a fraction. So d divided by y would be look like d over y. Added to is on your list of reversals. So added to means plus, but the n comes over here and the a goes over there and your plus is in between. So you have n plus a. Subtracted from is also a reversal. Subtracted from means minus, but the q comes in front and the m at the end. So you have q minus m. The sum of s and d, sum means to add, of s and d, so you have s plus d. 19 times n. 19 times n. You could put the dot in between there if you want to. I would not put a time sign, but I think your author is going to want just 19n with the n sitting next to it. That means 19 times n. 37 multiplied by, that means the time or the dot. Again, you could have negative 37 times y, but your author is probably going to want you to just put negative 37y. Here is the product, which means that you're multiplying. The product of 46% and some number b. So 46%, remember we have to change that to a decimal, 0.46. And so it's the product of the 46% in some number. So that's going to be 0.46 times b, or just 0.46b. This is a problem we kind of have to put together. Justin had $38 before spending Q dollars on jeans. How much remains? Well, it's pretty easy. You just take your $38 and subtract how much your jeans were, which were Q dollars, and that will be your answer. Now, on your screen, the dollar sign is already there, so you don't have to put your dollar sign in, just the 38 minus Q, so watch out for that. Okay, number 20. Number 20 says the sum of two numbers is 8. If one is subtracted from the other, the result is 2. Find the numbers. The sum of two numbers. So you can let your two numbers be x and y. And the sum means that you're going to add those two numbers. So our very first equation is going to say x plus y equals 8. The sum of two numbers is equal 8. The sum of two numbers is equal to 8. The second one says if one is subtracted from the other, so we're just going to do x minus y. The result is 2. So our second equation is x minus y equals 2. Now, I don't have to multiply by anything because I can see that the y's will eliminate. I want to do this by elimination since I just have two equations. So I have to remember that these are 1x's. So 1x and 1x is 2x. The y's will cancel and you'll have 10. Now divide both sides by 2 and you get one of the numbers, x, is 5. Now to get the other number, take your first equation, x plus y equals 8 was our first equation. You can take either equation actually. I just generally take the first one. and put the 5 in for x, so you'll have 5 plus y equals to 8. Subtract your 5 from both sides, and you'll have y equals 3. So your two numbers, and they have it in a little box. You have to put the two numbers in. You can put them in any order. You don't have to put them in the XY order because it didn't ask for an ordered pair or where the two lines intersect. So your two numbers are 3 and 5. Okay, let's look at 21. 21 says the sum of two numbers is 9. That's your first equation. So sum means that you're adding. The two numbers again can be x and y. So my first equation is going to be x plus y equals 9. That says the sum of two numbers is 9. The second equation says 5 times the bigger plus 4 times the smaller is 57. And again, it doesn't matter which one you let be the larger one or the smaller one. You can just write it just like it is there and let x be 5 times the larger. Let x be the larger and y be the smaller. That'll work fine. But it's 5 times, so that's going to be 5x plus 4 times, and that sum is 57. So 5x plus 4y equals 57 can be your second equation. Now you can see that if I add these, I'm not going to eliminate a variable. So I need to multiply one or the other by some number to eliminate. So I'm going to choose to eliminate the y's. If I want to eliminate the y's, I need this one up here to be -4. So I'm going to multiply this top one by -4. So now my new top one, when I multiply this top one by -4, is going to say -4x minus 4y equals -36. And then I just bring my second one down underneath it. 5x plus 4y equals 57. Now I can see that my y's are going to eliminate because one is -4 and one is +4. Now I have a -4x and a +5x. That's going to be a +1x or just x. 57 that's positive and 36 that's negative. I'll subtract because the signs are different, and I get x is 21. Now put the 21 back in. I'm going to choose this first equation again, x plus y equals 9, and I'm going to put my 21 in for x. So I have 21 plus y equals 9. Subtract 21 from both sides, and I get y equals -12. So it wants you to identify which is the larger and which is the smaller. So the larger number, I've got 12 and 21. So 21 would have to be my larger number, and my smaller number is -12. So that's how you do that, number 21. Let's look at 22. 22 is actually the last problem in this section, so it hasn't taken us very many minutes to get through it. We have a basketball player. She scored 12 times during the game. So the combination of 2-point throws and 1-point throws, the free throws, added together, that would be how many times she scored, 12 times. So let's let x plus y equals to 12. And we're going to let x be the 2 shot and y be the free throws. Okay, just because we have to assign point value to them for the second. So our first equation came out of this first sentence. A basketball player scored 12 times during the game. So the two different kinds were two-shot and free throws. So X plus Y, the number of two shots plus the number of free throws, would be the number 12, which is how many times she scored. Now then, let's take the second one and do our second equation. She scored 20 points altogether. So altogether, she scored 20 points. She has scored 2 points each for the two shot. Well, we let X be the two shot, so each of those gets 2 points, and 1 point each for the free throws. So that would be 1Y. So now I have two equations with two unknowns. I can see that they're different. If I choose to multiply this first one by -1, I would eliminate my y's. Because let's see what happens. That would give us a -x minus y equals -12. And then I'm just going to bring my second one down. 2x plus 1y equals 20. And always remember that y is 1y. That's the same thing. So I can see that if I put a 1 here, -1 and +1 is going to eliminate my y's. I have a 1 in front of that x there. It's understood to be there. So a -1x and a +2x will be 1x or just x. So over here, I subtract and I get 8. So I let x be my two shot ones. So there were 8 of those. And then I use my first equation, x plus y equals 12. And I put my 8 back in here for x. So now it says 8 plus y equals 12. Subtract your 8 from both sides. So y equals 4. And that's the number of free throws. Okay? So it'll ask you how many two shots, that would be 8, and how many free throws, that would be 4, for a total of 12 times that she scored during the game. Okay, that's the conclusion of what you'll have to do for section 3.6. Hopefully it will not take you long, but again, if you have any trouble with any of it, just feel free to contact me. Thanks so much. You guys do well.